And speaking of competition, you have the I guess we call him the star recruit this season, and that is Malik Washington, who is a true freshman out of is it Archbishop. Excuse me, I had to.
Carroll, isn't it?
Yes, Archbishop Spalding. Excuse me,
Spalding. Okay.
Archbishop Spalding out of Glen Burnie, Maryland. So again, having the local guys stay here in Maryland, play for the big school of the state and University of Maryland. Quick little background about this young man. Consensus 4-star recruit, top 50 ranked recruit according in the nation according to 247 Sports. Second ranked player in Maryland, fifth quarterback in the nation. ESPN 300 Rivals 250 selection. He was the first quarterback in the league history to win 3 consecutive MIAA titles. All-time passing leader in MIAA history. 25-0 conference play record as a starter. 3-time conference champion. 65.3 completion rate. 1,970 yards and 22 passing touchdowns, while while adding 8 more on the ground in the senior season. Elite 11 finalists, U.S. Army All-American, U.S. Navy All-American, member of the 24/7 Sports 2005 Freaks List. Also played basketball again.
Did you say Freaks List?
Freaks List. So that
Wow.
means
really? Really?
Devon
Now
Kershaw,
you know they got
freak.
too many damn lists in sports. A Freaks List. Wow.
Yes.
We could take that list to places like politics and go off on a tangent.
Not that kind of freak. I think more like Javon Curse freak than
wow.
that kind of freak.
Freaks List. Does that mean he came out at night? I mean, what's up?
Wow. Maybe he was been born at night. He also played on Team Mello on the AAU circuit and earned all conference honors as a sophomore. He was high school teammates with fellow commits Jaden Ships and Delmar White. So he's got some of his boys with him from high school who are on the team as well.
But I guess they're not freaks.
No, they're not all freaks.
Wow.
I'm going to do some research on what the 247 Freaks List is, but so he is probably, like I said, one of the best recruits at quarterback to come to Maryland in a long time, and so that means he can possibly 4 years of this guy on the center could be something that can change the whole aspect of Maryland football moving forward.
Well, my question would be, if it doesn't work out right, given that he's coming in as a true freshman and they put a red shirt on, and see, with the new world order NIL, I don't know if you can redshirt anybody. You know,
yeah.
So I'm still trying to wrap my arms around the rules, right? Because if you are an NIL athlete and you're not going to participate, and they're going to keep you there so that you can sort of grow into the position, do you still and that's some research that quite frankly I'm gonna have to do on that, because the changing dynamics of the way that the game is operated these days makes you wonder, because this would have been Malik in another day and age. If he did not start coming in, you would put the red shirt on him and you'd still have him for 4 years of eligibility after a year of grooming. These days, with the amount of money that's on the line, it's kind of hard to, put a tag on somebody and put them kind of in the refrigerator. You know how parents would make the food, the chili, and freeze it and then pull it out in the winter. I don't know if you can do that anymore, but Maryland would be the perfect place right now to try to find a way to protect themselves from losing all 3 quarterbacks, God forbid. Find a way to keep one, for lack of a better term. And I love, Doc Walker said, keep them in bubble wrap. Keep one of them in bubble wrap. Just let him enjoy the perks of being a football player without taking the punishment. And then next season, it perhaps is his job, if he just doesn't come out there and, turn the lights out. I mean, he could handle that. But this is a very, very interesting dynamic. It's very important for them to get it right, but it's also important for them not to sacrifice the future. But like we heard at the kickoff, paper play time means just like our job, don't deliver, don't keep your job. So it's a really interesting balance because at this stage of most of these young men's lives, this is supposed to set them up for the rest of their lives. And it's a tough dynamic for a lot of kids in this generation to bounce back from adversity. So I'm anxious to see what are going to be the ramifications with the other two very talented high-end prospects that could play anywhere who came to Maryland, figuring it was going to be their time. Will they be patient enough to wait for it to come around, especially if things go to the left this year?
Well, let's hear from Malik himself and see what he has to say after the practice pass this past Tuesday evening.
Right into questions from Malik.
Now, Malik, you're not just playing for any team. You're playing right here in your hometown. What does that mean to you?
It means the world to me, just to have my family and friends, people that, allow me to get here, be so close, and be able to come watch me play. It's a blessing.
Can you describe what the quarterback's room is like? Obviously, I want to be the starter on the first game, but just the camaraderie and then what the competition is like on the field.
Yeah, we're all best friends and we're all rooting for each other, and I think that makes us kind of special just because we each want to see the next person win. So no matter who's getting the reps that day, like whoever's out there, everybody's excited to see them win because we spend so much time together that we kind of have no choice but to be friends.
What do you do to balance that camaraderie, knowing that you want to separate yourself too, though, and be the guy that gets the coach's attention as the starter for the opener?
I mean, I really think just because we're such close friends, there's never really any bad blood there. Like, it's not so much, I want to see myself win, as like it's not me wanting to see them lose. It's so much like I want to see myself win just because I know we all put in the work.
What have you found of the biggest challenges for you making the leap from high school to major college football?
In the spring, it was probably the speed of the game, just trying to get used to it. Everybody out here is pretty good. Everybody out here is fast. Everybody is big, strong, and physical. So just getting used to, not being the best player on the field anymore. Now it's like you're out here with a bunch of guys who are all the best player in high school, and now being able to get everybody together and see, what works and what doesn't.
The part of practice we saw, it was Justin and Christian doing most of the throwing. Was it just a kind of a rep, like a maintenance day for you, or did you get more reps in after later in the day?
Yeah, we're just dealing with something lower body right now, nothing too major. I'll be back very soon, very excited to get back. So just, taking some time to get my body right and recover and things like that.
What are Justin and Christian doing well in camp that you're able to learn from and bring into your own game?
They're both very cerebral, smart guys. So the way they, see the defense pre-snap and then confirm it post-snap, just be able to learn from both of them who have a little bit more experience than me and, how to deal with the ebbs and flows of not just football, but, college as a whole, dealing with classes and different things like that to be able to manage all of that.
Malik, how nerve-wracking is it that you have to wait for Mike to make the announcement who the starter will be?
Not super. It's just it's what comes with it. It's what I do before coming in. What I'm gonna know no matter where you go in life. Like, it's always gonna be a competition, and you kind of gotta wait to see who wins in the end. But whoever wins in the end, we'll all be super excited for.
Do you kind of wish that he make a decision announcement sooner rather than later?
I mean, it is what it is. Coach has his reasons behind it. I'm sure, he has a reason for it on his own. But just like I said, we're just excited to see.
Malik, what kind of gives you the confidence in the offense the first week of camp?
We just put in a lot of work through the offseason, from the winter and the spring, just getting out here, getting in meetings almost every day, just learning from each other, learning from Coach. Coach Pep has a lot of knowledge that he's passing down onto us to where, we can kind of hold the reins ourselves, and being able to come out here and operate without having to worry about, too much is pretty good.
I know you talked about this transitioning and, just getting ready from high school to college, but do you feel like there was anything that maybe just going into it or kind of, getting comfortable, that maybe it was a little bit easier than you anticipated?
Yeah, I think getting here early helped with that too. Like, it wasn't like I just kind of got thrown into the fire. It was, I got here early, got in with the guys during winter workouts, kind of built that camaraderie and that friendship before, spring ball started, and now I know more people than I do before if I would have just got here in the summer.
Can you describe your relationship with Pep and kind of how it's been working with him as the new offensive coordinator?
It's been great. I've known Coach for a while. Back in 8th grade, Jackson came out to the Maryland Heat for a little bit, so I just knew them from that relationship then, and getting to see him again and seeing all his success he had on the NFL level and with a bunch of different guys has been amazing to learn from.
Malik, not many true freshmen get the opportunity to start during their freshman year. How do you feel about that chance in front of you to join that short list of true freshmen who started?
It's a great opportunity. Like I said, whoever goes out, we're all just going to be excited for. So I just can't wait to see who it is.
Malik, do you feel like you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, or do you in general, when it comes to that, you do want to be the starting quarterback this year?
Not really. It's going to be what it's going to be. I kind of learned to control what I can control. So I'm going to come out here every day and give it my best, and the end result's going to be the end result.
And what's your personal confidence level that you will be the starter this year for Maryland?
I mean, I'm always confident in myself. I'm going to believe in myself no matter what, no matter where I'm at. So, I mean, it's always high for me.
Malik, you kind of manifested this moment as a young kid. Can you speak about that a little bit?
Yeah, it's been great. Since I can remember, I just love the game of football. I know I always wanted to, get first. It was, playing varsity in high school, and then after that, it was playing, Division I football. And now I'm here just trying to make the best of it that I can.
The coach said your playbook is very similar for all your guys' skill sets. So what do you have to do to stand out above Justin and Christian when it comes to playing the starting job?
I think just learning the playbook ins and outs, knowing it like the back of our hands, it will help. Whoever gets that edge, just being able to understand the offense to a complete understanding.
Like, there are a number of true freshmen like yourself who are expected to make immediate impact. What does that say about this class, and how meaningful is that you guys can have that opportunity now rather than later?
It's been great. We got to keep a lot of talented guys home in this class, so just seeing all of our work, come to fruition out here on the field, it's been amazing.
Is there a lot of pressure, though, on you and your classmates to make that immediate impact?
I think not really. I mean, people are always going to put, outside pressure, but it's really how we feel internally, and I feel that everybody, from our class feels great about themselves and the position that they're in, and we're all putting in the work.
Take 2 more.
On the note of the offensive line a little bit more with you, have you seen, how maybe Coach Locke has put some added pressure on them because, they struggled last year? We're just going to get some insight.
Yeah, the O-line, they're doing a great job. They've put in a lot of work over the winter, more than, most position groups, just because that's the area of the game that you need, especially in the Big Ten. Come late, them later games down the line, it gets cold. You're going to need them big boys up front to be your workhorses. So they put in so much work, not even just in the weight room, but in the meeting room and on the field, that I'm very confident in them.
And what about your running back group? How you feel about your core running backs right there?
They look great. They had a great day today. All of them are super explosive. They do well in pass protection. They're kind of real, what's the word? Full rounded backs. They have it all.
Hey, Chuck.
Okay. Yo.
There's so many layers to what he was saying that are backed when you look at the stat pack coming into camp. And let me just roll off some stats about Maryland's pass game. It's the only FBS school to rank in the top 3 of its conference passing yards per game in each of the last 5 seasons. Okay, so while you don't see wins and losses and high places in the standings, when you bring in 3 quarterbacks with this pedigree and this talent and these expectations, that's something to watch.